Why you should have more than one career this 2025. Let's talk about the polyworking revolution. Dito sa Pilipinas, usually we equate having a stable or good life if you have a stable job. Sasabihin nila, mas secured yung buhay mo kung meron kang stable job, tapos yung corporate ladder is actual a success. And being in the Philippines or growing up in this country, talaga naman naging gano'n na yung culture natin mga Pinoy. No? Na we can only say someone is successful kung marami na siyang pera, of course. Pangalawa is nakagraduate ba ng college, no? Basehan yung English kung successful ka na or magaling ka, no? Or meron ka ng work na 8 to 5, secured ka na, no? Or napopromote ka sa corporate ladder. That's how we define success. Here's a reality check. According to the World Economic Forum's 2024 jobs report, 44% core skills required across all industries will change 5 years from now. And 85 million jobs will be replaced by AI and automation. But what if I told you this is something not to fear, but to actually take leverage from? What if the most financially secure people in 2025 aren't those with the stable jobs, but those who have actually diverse careers? Today, we're going to talk about polyworking revolution. Why having multiple careers isn't just a side hustle anymore, but the new blueprint for future-proofing your success in an economy that's ever evolving faster than ever. I'm Sean Sebastian, and this is Hustle with Ikigai. First, let's talk about what's polyworking means. It's not what actually people used to think. Polyworking isn't just having side hustles or moonlighting. It's about intentionally developing multiple professional identities and income streams that leverage your skills, your knowledge, and income streams that leverage your skills, interest, knowledge, and your passion. The data is just clear. McKinsey's workforce report shows that people with diversified incomes are 3.7 times better than those single professionals. And LinkedIn has released a report about the efficacy and trendings on workforce regarding individuals with multiple professions having 58% better income streams than those who are single income individuals. Single income individuals. This isn't just a survival strategy. It's a thriving strategy. So if you're thinking na kailangan mong i-push yung sarili mo na maghanap pa ng mga multiple sources of income, no, just to survive, well, that's one, but it's more like of thriving strategy. So when I started my career, the conventional, way is to build a career on one industry, choose one and just stay there for the rest of your life, allow yourself to promote, and go up on the corporate ladder. But no, I tried to my best to believe in that before, but it really didn't help me in any way. When I started my career, the conventional wisdom kicks in. You have to go deep into one industry, become an expert, and it worked until it didn't. So we are in a ever evolving industry right now. Technology is continuously evolving, no? So we have to actually secure ourselves by always getting into adoption on these trends. Those of us who have actually developed secondary, tertiary skills are those who are actually getting more opportunities than those who are sticking to one income or one skill. And here's the thing, I've actually seen people being chosen not just because of their expertise, but because they're actually multi-talented or multi-professional. So whether you are so expert in one thing, but if someone out there is actually, better than you in other things, then they actually becomes the better option. But let me be clear, polyworking is not just adding more hours to your work. It's about strategically designing a portfolio career that actually allows you to become more resilient in trying times, and of course, a better option, a more secured one, and of course, at the end of the day, the most fulfilled. So, through my work of working with successful freelancers and entrepreneurs, I've identified three models for successful polyworking. So, let me tell you or discuss this. So, the first model, model one, the skill stack. What is this skill stack that we're saying, no? So this approach involves a combination of complementary skills to create a unique value proposition. So halimbawa, ano ba yung mga skills na meron ka na that can actually be combined, be packaged together, so you can actually make a unique value proposition. So I have this one example, no? Mira, a freelance graphic designer in my coaching program, instead of competing in the oversaturated market of just design, she combined her design skills with data visualization expertise and knowledge of behavioral psychology. So the skill stack positioned her uniquely for working with research organizations and data-heavy businesses that needed to communicate complex information. So within 8 months, she increased her rates by 85% while being more selective about projects. So the power of the skill stack is that while there might be thousands out there who have the same skills like you or competitors, no, the unique combination creates a category of one or more unique value proposition that you can actually offer. No, so that's what the skill stacking means. No, you can combine complementary skills to create one value, unique value proposition. Marami pang yan, no? Pwede kang, for example, kung graphic designer ka, you can also become a copywriter, no? If you're a video editor, you can actually become a filmmaker, no? You can become a director, you can become a writer, no? So if you have those kind of skills, you can actually package them into one, no? And then model 2 is the parallel pursuits. Ano yung parallel pursuits, no? Compared sa skill stack na complementary skills yung i-combine mo, this is actually the opposite, no? So the parallel pursuits are combining, different set of skills as in totally opposite that may not be connected with each other, no? For example, accountant ka, tapos maging graphic designer ka. Yung mga ganon. So these are parallel pursuits model. So these are maintaining genuinely different but can be parallel skills or careers even if they are not connected with each other. So let me tell you about James, no? Si James, an accountant I worked with, felt creatively stifled despite enjoying the stability of his profession. Alam naman natin na medyo malaki, no, ang sahod ng mga accountants. Rather than quitting accounting to pursue his interest in documentary filmmaking. I know a lot of people like this also. He structured his work to accommodate both. So while he is actually working as an accountant, no, he is also doing his documentary films. So he maintained a 28-hour weekly schedule with select accounting clients while developing his filmmaking career. So the steady income from accounting funded his creative projects, while the creative fulfillment from filmmaking made him more engaged, energized accountant. So within 2 years, he produced a documentary that screened at regional film festivals while maintaining his accounting practice. More importantly, his overall life satisfaction increased dramatically because he was expressing multiple aspects of his identity through his works. So ito, babasahin ko to guys. No? The latest psychological research supports this approach. Kasi minsan, maraming tao, kasi nga nasanay tayo sa culture na stick to one, no? Na babaliw ka na ba kapag may ginagawa. Accountant ka na, tapos mag-filmmaking ka, baliw ka ba? So, may mga ganun, no? Comment doon yung mga nakaka-relate. So, a 2024 study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that individuals who express different facets of their personalities through varied work roles report 42% higher overall well-being compared to those with singular professional identity. So, ito, science na nagsabi nun, guys. No? It's become research says that, those people who are actually having polyworking activities or having that polyworking culture are more happy, are more fulfilled, are more satisfied while sustaining their financial needs. They're also sustaining their, passion, their craft. No? So, alam ko kilala, meron din ako being a content creator. I have a lot of content creator friends who are actually engineers, who are lawyers. At the same time, they are graphic designers. They are video editors. No? And that's something that's not wrong, no? Hindi lang nakasanayan dahil nga nasa Pilipinas tayo. But at the end of the day, it's what's um it's what's trending right now, no? Yung polyworking na yan. Now let's move on to the model tree. So model tree, it's the expertise ecosystem. So, ito naman, no, the expertise ecosystem, ito na yung magaling ka na, no? We have one core expertise. So, it's actually creating multiple sources of income, no? With what that particular career. So, alam mo, accountant ka, no? So, nagtatrabaho ka, for example, sa isang audit firm or accounting firm. You have your full-time job, no? And as an accountant, gusto mo na rin mag-add ng cash flow for yourself, no? So you can actually get more clients as part-time or side gigs, no, to actually to help you more add cash flow or income stream. So hindi mo na kailangan mag-skill stocking, hindi mo na kailangan mag-parallel pursuits, no? So you can just focus on your expertise, no? And then add more income streams for that. So, may mga nakilala ako mga, filmmakers, videographers, then I actually recently attended a workshop from Department of Trade and Industry wherein we are actually advised na aside from content creation, no, there are a lot of individuals there who are also actors or actresses, no. So they're in the field of, career in show business, no. So ganun, no. Pwedeng director, tapos kung director ka, pwede ka rin mag-freelance director or in the same field, no, of expertise mo. You can add more income streams. So, kung hindi mo kaya yung parallel pursuits or skill stocking, you can just focus on one of your expertise but add more jobs, no? Para mas magkaroon ka ng income stream. Okay, so hopefully these three models are clear with you guys. Again, model 1 for polyworking revolution is the skill stock. You provide complementary skills, package it together, combine them, no, to add more income streams for yourself. Model 2, the parallel pursuits. You can actually sustain or add more even though they are not connected. No, you can offer it as long as you're able to manage it, as long as you're actually interested in doing it. And of course, model 3, the expertise ecosystem. No? So you can just focus on one expertise that you have and add more income streams by adding more clients or add more income streams to your job. No? So these are the three models. No? Marami pang examples dyan, but again, at least naintindihan nyo na yung concept niya. Now, knowing these things, no, possible talaga magkaroon ng polyworking. Possible maging polyworker. So here are the common objections naman when it comes to polyworking. So napag-usapan niya natin kanina, no, dahil nasa Pilipinas tayo, no, the common concept is kailangan mag-focus ka sa isa. Pag nag-add ka ng something more than you have already or more than your career, nababaliw ka na. So parang you're overworking yourself. It's either, it's not the standard, no. So let's talk about three objections that we usually have, no, when it comes to polyworking. First objection is the focus fallacy. Ano yung focus fallacy? Focus fallacy. No? Ito yung, won't I be successful if I actually split my focus? Wala ka ng focus eh, kasi marami kang ginagawa. You're having a lot of careers, you're having a lot of skills. Nawawalan ka ng focus. So, pag wala ka ng focus, di ba, we are actually being taught then in personal development then na don't lose focus, no? Make sure you have that right focus for you to become successful. But, having a polyworking, uh, being a polyworker does not really removes your focus away. No, that's a fallacy. Focus means, you know, um, focusing on something that is required at the moment. No? So, hindi pwedeng mawala talaga focus. No? It doesn't mean na marami kang ginagawa, marami kang pinagkakabalan, or marami kang skills and talents to offer, you're actually losing focus. Focus is actually given at the right time, at the right moment. No? So, for example, you are a poly worker. Right now, you're actually becoming a video editor. You're wearing the hat of a video editor. Then you have to focus your hat as a video editor. No? Kailangan yun yung focus mo. Dapat you wear the hat of being a video editor so that you can actually produce good results. If you're an accountant, during that time that you should be an accountant, you should be an accountant. No? And that is what focus means. No? So it does not really necessarily means na kapag marami kang ginagawa, no, you're losing focus. Kasi you actually don't understand the meaning of focus in itself. No? Kaya dapat naiintindihan natin ano ba ibig sabihin ng focus. We have to understand that focus means, no, being present at the right moment at the right time to provide good quality results. So that's number one, objection. No? Number two objection is the overload opportunity. So, ito na yan, no? Dahil marami ka ng alam, dahil magaling ka na, dahil bida-bida ka na, joke. Dahil marami ka ng talents, no? The next question would be, overloaded ka na ng opportunities. So, ang mangyayari sa'yo, tanggap ka lang ng tanggap, no? Ng mga projects, ng mga clients, ng side gigs, ng side hustles, kahit hindi na align sa'yo. No? Kaya napaka-importante, no, that when we actually think of being a poly worker, aligned pa rin sa atin yung ginagawa natin. Kaya nga tayo may tatlong model eh, no? We can choose from those three models ano ba yung aligned sa atin, no? So that we won't be overloaded by opportunities. At ang nangyayari dyan, nagkakaroon ng scarcity mindset, no? Na I need to take more clients, I need to take more side hustles para hindi ako maubusan. Now, if you have that kind of mindset, mo-overload ka talaga. At the end of the day, polyworking won't work for you. No? So make sure, no, that you understand that whatever you do, if you're going to polywork, no, it's aligned always with you, with your goals, with your intentions, with your expertise. No? So don't be blinded by money. No? Diyan marami bumabagsak, no? Porket maraming pera, go lang ng go hanggang sa ma-burnout. No? Okay, so it shouldn't be that way. And then lastly, yung third natin na pitfall or objections is the identity integration challenge. Or in short, nagkakaroon ng identity crisis. No? Bakit nagkakaroon ng identity crisis? Kasi ang dami na eh. Multi-passionate ka na. Multi-talented ka, multi-skilled person ka. No, CPA ka na, lawyer ka pa. No? Yung iba dyan, CPA na, lawyer pa, doktor pa. No? So, ano na lang, no? Inubos mo na lahat ng profession sa mundo. So, but at the end of the day, ano ka? Di ba? Graphic designer ka na, email copywriter ka pa, video editor ka pa. No? May full-time work ka, accountant ka, agogo dancer ka pa. Pero I mean, what I'm saying is, guys, no, it's not about remember, whatever you do should not be tied up to who you are, no? Hindi dapat nakatied yung skill mo or yung expertise mo sa pagkatao mo. Kasi yung pagkatao mo, ikaw yan, no? You don't have to have that kind of identity crisis or identity integration challenge na ano, na poproblemahin mo siya that sino nga ba ako? Kasi ang dami ko yung ginagawa. What matters most is, no, ako, I'm a multi-passionate person. I'm doing a lot of jobs. I'm making myself skillful. No, I'm learning a lot, no, of things. Kasi I would want to secure myself. No, I'm someone na gusto mong nag-aaral parati. Ganun ako. And should that be a question of my identity na sino nga ba si Sean? Ano nga ba ako? Ano ba expertise ko? What matters most is what value are you bringing on the table. Tandaan niyo yan. No? Kung si Sean, kung ako, I'm a copywriter at the moment or I'm a digital marketing consultant for B2B businesses, yun yung value ko. No? It shouldn't be equated to who I am as a person. No? Whatever value you provide should be, no, equated dun sa ano bang ginagawa nyo para sa sa business ng iba, sa mundo, no? So babalikan natin yung ikigai, no? Yung mission, passion, yung vocation and profession, no? So if you're actually tied with your purpose, you won't actually question your identity, no? If you're lawyer ka, then lawyer ka. Kung engineer ka, engineer ka. Kung graphic designer ka, na email copywriter ka, then go. Di ba? What matters most is, at the end of the day, what value are you providing? So, to wrap up this episode, no, let us think of this. The single career path is slowly diminishing. The single career path is becoming obsolete, whether we like it or not. Not because it's impossible, but increasingly it's becoming more risky and more financially intimidating. Kasi at the end of the day, if you're just dependent on one single income, then you're putting yourself into, danger. Kasi we don't know how the recession is, no? So if it hits hard, it really hits hard, no? You don't know whatever pandemic will came to us, remove our jobs, no? So we have to really be secured to others. So the successful, no, based on experience, the successful freelancers and entrepreneurs that I actually work with, I coach with, no, mga students ko, are those who are not actually choosing, no, what among their talents, what among their skills, or what among their likes and interests. There are the ones who are actually integrating each one of them on how to make a profitable, unique selling proposition for themselves. So, kung marami kang talents, no, di mo kailangan mamili sa mga talents mo. Pag samasamahin mo, then you offer it as a unique value proposition. So, this 2025, your competitive advantage isn't coming from your... So, this 2025, your competitive advantage does not lie anymore to your single professional career. No, it's about combining all or leveraging all your multiple skills and talents thoughtfully, to provide a unique value proposition. So at the end of the day, ask yourself, what are the values that you're actually hiding from your, main work? Ako, ito, very quick story sharing lang, no? I remember, I was working in pharmaceutical industry before. And then, dahil nga multimedia ako, no, I work in multimedia. I studied multimedia before, nagpo-Photoshop, video editing, ganyan. No. And then, very sales, corporate talaga yung trabaho ko. Tapos, nangailangan sila ng, PowerPoint designer and video editor. No. And then, nagkataon na I'm skilled for that. No. And it ended up, that I was paid for that, that gig, side gig. So, doon ko na-realize na, mapakinabang pala yung iba kong talents aside from my full-time job. No, so, if you're that person na ayaw nyo na magpakitang gilas sa kumpanya nyo or sa trabaho nyo or sa business nyo, kasi feeling nyo added trabaho siya, it's okay. No? Kasi nga kung ayaw nyo naman talaga, madagdagan yung workload nyo. But you can actually think of, no, if you don't do that in your company or in your current job, no, you can find opportunities to add more cash flow sa income nyo. No, kasi at the end of the day, you have to maximize yung oras nyo, yung energy at saka talent nyo. Tandaan nyo, no, ang talents, ang gifts na hindi ginagamit, nawawala yan. So if you're not going to put that into good use, you will lose the opportunity. Is na pinagkakitaan mo na yan, nawala lang. Di ba? So, use your time, energy, talent, skills, no, wisely. So, because in a world where, we are in a constant motion and the only permanent thing is change, those who become successful are those who don't, hindi na yun nag-specialize ng skills. No, the most valuable skill, no, is diversification strategically of skills. No, you can be specializing into one skill, but again, no, we are in a constant change. So you have to put yourself into leverage by actually diversifying your talents, your gifts, and your potential. No, so yun lang. No, I'm not saying naman na you have to actually work a lot. No. But I'm saying is you have to open yourself to develop your other skills, your talents, and leverage that for yourself to add more income streams and cash flow. No. Kasi at the end of the day, kailan naman din na kailan din naman yung makikinabang dyan. No. If you don't want that, then nasa sa inyo na yan. No. So for more YouTube videos like this, make sure, no, to subscribe on my YouTube channel and follow me on my socials, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Sean Sebastian T. And yeah, see you on the next episode. If you found this valuable, make sure to hit the subscribe button, like, and share to your friends so that we make sure that the value that this video contains goes to the right person. Again, this is Sean Sebastian of Hustle with Ikigai.